salary. I'm not going to go whichever one.
Thanks.
Not 4 shot.
We're reading. Are we going to be reading off those?
12 seconds. Whichever camera's live. Back in 5. 4.
Good morning, and thanks for starting your Friday alongside us here at Eye A.M. Welcome back, guys. I'm so glad to see you. I missed you all week.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I know. It's been a while.
Did
Great to see you
you
again.
have a wonderful Valentine's Day?
Yes, I did.
I'm a little upset y'all didn't spend it with me.
I did see you on Valentine's Day at the
You
game,
did,
though,
you
so
did.
yeah.
You know, we love each other. So, Ellie, what do you have for us today?
Rolled with toilet paper by countless Auburn fans and admired as a symbol of Auburn, poisoned and lit on fire, the Auburn Oaks have just been through it all. Tomorrow morning, Auburn University will be removing the current Auburn Oaks at Toomer's Corner and replacing them with 2 new live oaks. Gary Keever, Auburn University horticulture professor, noted that the fire back in September severely damaged the Magnolia Avenue tree, saying the appearance of the tree is unacceptable and we don't believe it will recover within a reasonable time period. University officials also decided to replace the College Street tree after finding 2 replacements that match each other in size and appearance. While it has been asked that fans not roll the trees until deemed they are healthy enough to handle it, Burmester is enthusiastic that these new trees should work as they are smaller than the ones 2 years ago, but still large enough to look appropriate on the corner, and will ultimately bring vibrant trees back to the corner for the Auburn family to enjoy.
I'm so excited.
Can't you believe that the trees are going to have to be removed, though?
I know.
I can.
It's so
That's real
sad.
sad.
I mean, to have to do it twice now, just
I got here in 2012, and that was like the A-Day that they decided, like, okay, this is the last time you can roll the trees
Yeah.
until I've probably, in all the football season I've been here, and we've probably been able to roll them like twice.
Gosh,
God.
that's insane.
You've been
Yeah.
able to roll
It's
them
just
yet, I'm a
ridiculous.
sophomore.
You'll get to do it, don't
Yeah, but I feel like if it needs to be done, I'm glad they're going ahead and doing it, you know.
Definitely.
and these new trees, they're coming in a little smaller, and they're gonna prune them right. Apparently, the last trees that they brought in were from an abandoned nursery with trees, and so they actually hadn't been taken very good care of. And so these new trees apparently will be a little younger and have time to root better. And so hopefully these should stick. So.
Well, I actually got the chance to go talk to a fellow Auburn student of ours about how they felt about, them putting in new oak trees and what it meant to them.
So how do you feel about them putting in new oak trees?
I'm, glad that they're putting in new trees. It was really upsetting to me, both when they were poisoned and when they were lit on fire. And it's a big deal to anyone who's been going to Auburn to be able to roll the trees after the games and stuff. That's a great tradition.
Do you remember your first experience rolling the trees, and could you tell me what that was like for you?
Yeah, I was actually a little kid when I first rolled the trees, and I mean, it was a lot of fun. I've been going to Auburn football games since I was really young, and so it's something I've grown up with, and I know that's the same for a lot of other people around Auburn.
Actually, when I finished talking to him, I asked him about a couple words, and I wanted him to throw out the first thing that popped into his mind. And as soon as I said Toomer's Corner, the first thing he said was trees. So everyone, as soon as you think of Toomer's Corner, you automatically think of the oak trees. And I'm so glad we're finally getting that back so we can continue on with that tradition.
No doubt.
So it looks like the iPhone might be getting even better. Before any new iPhone version is announced, talk swirls with people wondering what the newest feature will be. With the iPhone celebrating its 10-year anniversary this fall, a major redesign of the iPhone is expected. Okay guys, this is a big moment. You may never have to charge your iPhone again. That's right, this past Monday, Apple confirmed with CNN Tech in joining with the Wireless Power Consortium, an industry group devoted to wireless charging, which leads us to believe that wireless charging may really be a thing come this fall.
So, like the Apple Watch?
I guess like the Apple Watch, wireless charging. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Wow.
Why do they want us to think that that's new?
I didn't even know that Apple Watch did wireless charging.
Literally. Okay, so like so imagine this is an Apple Watch and this is whatever. You literally take it and sit it on top of the charger.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like you sit the back of it on top of like this little round thing and it charges it. You don't have to plug it in. But that's not new. That's not new at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, new or not, I'm ready for it to happen. I thought that a lot better than chargers.
The iPhone chargers break so quickly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, do y'all have any horror stories of a bad iPhone charger story?
Okay, so like y'all have all heard of my dog, Ivy the Terror. So like she chews through everything and she chewed through this cord one time and I'm thinking like, oh, it should still work because sometimes, they look a mess. I plugged it in and it shocked me. I felt like I wouldn't even be here right now. Clearly this is, not big enough to like make my hair stand up any bigger than it already is, but definitely like, oh, I need my hand back. Thank you. Don't appreciate that. I threw it away.
Well, just think, new iPhone, you won't have that problem.
I'm not giving them any more money for assembling. I'm not doing it.
Oh my goodness.
Not at all.
Well, I actually had a pretty similar story. Mine had a little spark and a little shock, but then it kind of got real hot after that, and it started to melt the plastic around the cord below my phone.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. And it was a real horror story. I didn't know what was going on. It was scary, and I just didn't know if it was going to explode or shock me or what. But so I'm ready for some wireless charging. That could be a good thing for sure.
Yeah, I feel like I can never find my charger. It's always missing.
Yep.
It's always MIA. So to have a wireless phone charger, I can deal with that. That's not too bad.
You could have lost your hand, but what would be even worse than that would be losing your hearing.
That is very true. So if you take a look around anywhere on campus, you'll see people with headphones in, especially the earbud headphones. While this is the norm of today, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has reported that millions of U.S. adults have some sort of hearing damage, and a surprising number don't even know it. The cause? Well, it's not just how loud a noise is, but how long someone is exposed to the loud noise. As CBS News medical contributor Dr. Angus told CBS this morning, a moderate noise for a long time can cause hearing loss. It's no surprise that the common culprits for hearing loss include wearing earbuds for long periods of time. How do y'all feel about it, and have y'all had any personal experience with wearing earbuds and just slowly not being able to hear as well or anything like that, or any problems?
I sure hope they don't affect hearing as much as I use headbuds. All the time. And I've actually been noticing a lot. Everywhere you go, people will have conversations with each other with headbuds.
Yeah, like one head.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't even imagine what we'll all be like in our 80s if it really is hearing loss.
What? Yeah, it's a problem because our generation is one of the first to deal with it. So.
What?
So, anyways, we'll come back right after this break.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I was born, and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
I hope that you've been able to learn a strong work ethic surrounded by character, integrity, perseverance, so that when your 1 second comes, you'll be prepared for it.
Chris Davis.
45, there goes Davis!
Your 1 second, our 1 second is now. And our lives have been guided by the principles of one of the greatest academic institutions in the country, Auburn University.
This past week, the 59th Annual Grammy Awards proved to be a show-stopping night as many were left speechless with the results. Adele swept up the majority of pop awards by winning Record of the Year for Hello, Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Pop Solo Performance, and Best Pop Vocal Performance. Adele beat Beyonce for the Record of the Year, Album of the Year, and Song of the Year, but Beyonce definitely made up for her losses by her killer Grammy performance. Morgan, we all know you adore Beyonce. What did you think of this particular performance?
Of the performance?
Yes.
Groundbreaking. She's astonishing. She's everything. She's amazing. I mean, of course, I'm a little biased, but truly, like, when you really look at her performances, every single time she gets on a stage, she tries to step it up a notch. And I don't think there's anyone else in the industry that really puts in the time or the creative effort to push that envelope every single time. She was pregnant, and that was still one of her greatest, like, not her greatest performances, but still a wonderful performance that you didn't want to take your eyes off the screen. At least I knew I didn't, because I was waiting on what was coming next. She is forever my favorite. Adele's great too, but even Adele recognizes that Beyonce is the bomb. You can't
If
deny it.
Beyonce's gonna do it, she always does it big. So.
Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely.
Also, I have to mention the very interesting fashion statements that were made at the Grammys. This year in particular, singer Joy Villa wore a dress that reads Trump on the skirt, and the dress was modeled after his campaign logo. She claims she did this to fight suppressive Hollywood. What do you guys think about that?
Who?
Joy Villa. I've never heard of her. Yeah. But look, her dress was just very interesting.
I saw her dress from last year, and I think that this is, like, clearly her thing, because nobody really knows who she is, and so that's the way she gets people to pay attention to her and just focus on, like, hi, I'm Joy Villa, I'm wearing something ridiculous. Nobody cares.
Yeah, honestly, it was it was interesting, but it was probably a pretty smart move. Her album jumped in the top 10 on iTunes.
Really?
The next day. So, you know, I don't know. It was a very interesting move, but it might have paid off for her this time.
Yeah, big publicity stunt.
And she may actually be supporting Trump. You know, we don't know.
Yeah.
But my thing with celebrities, everyone's trying to push some agenda.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
I would rather them just stay away from any political issues, that sort of thing, and just focus on their music or that sort of thing. So.
I mean, but we've never heard a song from her, so she's probably not even that focused on her music. That dress was clearly the best marketing tool she had, because I don't even, do you know the name of her album?
No, that's a low blow.
What's her last name? Quick.
Villa?
Oh, at least you remember. Now you know. Now you know. This year, the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary is adding 1,000 new words to their vocabulary. Some of those words include throw shade, face palm, binge watch, photobomb, and weak sauce. I am thoroughly disappointed in all of these. Due to an increasing use in everyday language and even literature, the words chosen originate from pop culture, science discoveries, and sports lingo. The company stated on their website that, quote, this is a significant addition to our online dictionary, reflecting the breadth of English vocabulary and the speed with which we seek information. What?
Throw shade. That's two words. That's not one word.
I never thought I'd see the day where weak sauce was in the dictionary. That takes me by surprise. That blows me away.
Our ancestors would be so disappointed.
It truly would.
I'm interested to see how they define throwing shade. Like, what does throwing shade mean to you, Zeke?
Throwing shade is kind of like bashing someone.
Yeah, trying to get in
But
a
it's
tussle.
slang. Slang shouldn't be in the dictionary.
What do you think throwing shade is?
Trying to get in a tussle.
Oh, okay.
Like you throw some shade to
I think
start
throwing
something.
shade is more of like what Zeke said, but in a more subtle way.
Absolutely.
Is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So.
But it's two words. It's throwing and then shade. They should have just added shade in there.
Yeah, that hyphen is kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't
Throwing
know about
shade
that.
is
Especially for the
not,
dictionary.
Two words.
that's not how that works. Well, now we're going to see what John has for weather today.
Good morning, Auburn. It's me, Jonathan Thomas, here with your first alert weather report. Now, starting in our lovely home city of Auburn, it's going to be 52 degrees, so I definitely recommend a light jacket. Looking forward to the rest of the day. But up north in the windy city of Chicago, you will see highs of 22 degrees. So get your pea coats, get your wool jackets, get your puffer jackets, any type of jacket you own. Put it on if you're going to head over to the Windy City. Same goes for the Big Apple of New York with a high of 30 over there. But if we look a bit west, you will see a high of 42. So it's going to be a little warmer on the West Coast, but I would definitely recommend jumping into the Salt Lake there for a little bit of warmth. But if we go over down south to Houston, you'll see a high of 60 degrees, which is much better temperatures for spring break, but I would just go with a nice polo and a nice pair of jeans. But if we look a little closer to your local forecast, over in Montgomery, it's going to be a high of 50 degrees. So if you're heading over to the state capitol, conditions should probably stay the same as you would in Auburn. Now, if we look to Columbus, Georgia, right here, you'll see it's going to be a high of 45, but sunny and clear skies. So just a bit heavier of a jacket, and we go into the 4-day forecast. On Friday, we're going to start at high 66 with a low of 44. And it is going to get warmer as the day goes on. So you want to wear a pair of shorts? Now would be a good time to bust them out. That is not going to last on Saturday with a high of 60 and a low of 48. And showers will be pouring down on the plains. So definitely stay dry and stay warm. But that's all going to be a different story come Sunday with a high of 72, low 62 with very sunny, very clear skies. And this is going to carry us over into Monday. So start off our class week, it's going to go high of 75, low of 56, but partly cloudy skies. And that is the First Alert Weather Report. Back to you.
And we're back with Tiger on the Street, or TOTS, a moment in the show where we take a second to get to know a fellow Auburn student. This week, however, we caught up with not one, but two Auburn students. As it turns out, we do have some Romeos here on the plains.
Do you have a Valentine's? As far as I know, no, I do not have one. So,
Well, say you had a Valentine's this year, would you celebrate it with her tonight, or would you wait till after the basketball game?
I'd probably celebrate it with her tonight. So,
I think she would really appreciate that. What is, in your opinion, your best Valentine's gift?
like, best Valentine's gift is probably an experience, like something that the two people could share.
What would be the best possible gift that a girl could give you for Valentine's Day?
Just keep it simple. Like, cook a dinner, that's fine with me. Yeah.
I agree with Vontae on the dinner situation.
Yeah.
I would be completely fine if she just cooked me dinner. What are you planning on doing for Valentine's Day?
Going to the depot.
How long have you been with your current Valentine's for this year?
About 2 years now.
Wow. In your opinion, what is the best gift to give to a girl on Valentine's Day?
It depends on like how long you've been dating. I mean, if you've been dating a while, it's really fun to go all out and do all the cliches at once. It's always like
What do you think about these huge, giant teddy bears that people get people for Valentine's Day that are like 60, 80 bucks? What are your thoughts?
I think you should win the teddy bear. Do something to win the teddy bear. You shouldn't just go out and buy it. That's cheating.
So about that, how do y'all, there was about Valentine's Day, and it looks like we do have some Romeos on campus, and about the huge bears that cost $60 or $80 that are the size of the girl that you're buying them for. What do y'all think about that? Ridiculous, good, kind of cool for the girls?
Well,
what are y'all's thoughts?
I actually have a confession. I got one. Somebody gave me one. This guy, he doesn't live here. His grandfather drove from Atlanta to Auburn yesterday with this huge bear and called me and was like, hey, I want to see you before I leave. And I pulled up thinking it was a person in the passenger seat, and it was the bear with a seatbelt on and everything with roses in a card.
Wow.
And I thought it was the funniest thing.
That's hilarious. So how did you feel about the gift? You liked it?
I realized I had to be to work in an hour, so I just was like, all right, gotta go. Thank you. Have a great night.
You can't take it to work, so.
It's literally still in my back seat right now.
That's great.
Thanks for joining us this Friday morning here at Eagle Eye A.M. That's all we have for today. Enjoy your weekend, and remember to tune in next Friday bright and early as we start our day alongside you. War Eagle!
I hope that you've been able to learn a strong work ethic surrounded by character, integrity, perseverance, so that when your 1 second comes, you'll be prepared for it.
Chris Davis. 45. There goes Davis.
Your 1 second, our 1 second is now. And our lives have been guided by the principles of one of the greatest academic institutions in the country, Auburn University.